Okay, wow, that was a close one. And we almost drove off with the cord plugged in. Okay, we're leaving Silver Dollar Golf Club and Trap Shooting Club. So, really nice encore. And we were here, of course, we're 1,000 Trails, so it was 20 bucks a night. So we spent actually 12 days here, just too shy of 14. So we're heading over to Sun and Fun and we're going to go to the RV thing. It's put on by the Motorhome Experiment. We're all hooked up. All the lights are checked. Got the GPSs going, so we'll get lost for sure. It says an hour and 13 minutes. This is Florida. You have to add another hour to that. Down the road we go. Hopefully this GPS doesn't take us back roads through neighborhoods and stuff, because the neighborhood trees around here are pretty short. So here we go.
Travel far, now retreating. I've longed for this place for so long. Now I lay me down and be long. And I breathe in the air fresh from the blessed Midwest. I am held by the forest where I go for rest, and washed by the waters of Lake Michigan. And wherever I go, I will return.
Okay, it's the 10th of January, and we've made it out here to Fun in the Sun and the RV Thing event. It's out in Lakeland. It's at Sun and Fun, which is like an aircraft museum and campgrounds and stuff. It's pretty slick out here. It's pretty neat. It's a little windy today, but the temperature's finally gone back up. It took us about an hour and a half, I guess, to get from Silver Dollar, the Encore Park where we were staying. But this place is pretty nice. We got full hookups. Of course, there we are. It wasn't quite level. We had to really pile the things up, and I'm not too sure if I'm not going to take that down and start all over. But anyway, this is where the RV thing is going to be happening. All the fun will be up in that area. Out here in the middle is where Boondockers will be. I'm going to get off the road before I get run over, because here comes somebody now. And somebody coming in wondering where to go, I would imagine. But anyway, we're here. We're settled in for a bit. I think we'll be here 4 days.
Technical difficulty because we buy cheap shit. So we're gonna do our best to keep everything from breaking, but we can't guarantee anything. We'll do our best. Can everybody hear us in the back? So this started as a really kind of a small idea. We thought we'd get a few rigs together down here in Florida, and it's turned into an awesome thing. Couldn't do it without these two folks right here, obviously. So give them a hand.
Everything that went right was me. Everything that went wrong, they didn't fall.
Absolutely. But we really appreciate you guys coming out, and think that it's amazing that we could get this many people. So with that being said, welcome to the RV Thing!
The RV thing was a blast.
Oh, it was. It was an absolute blast. We met so many nice people, and
made some really good friends.
Made some really good friends. Enjoyed ourselves. The seminars were great. You went to the vegan seminar, didn't you?
Yeah, that was neat. Of course, I'm not vegan, but hey,
something different.
Something different. Mm-hmm. Tried 3 different meals that they made, and I can't think what the meals are, but they were good. One of them was really spicy, though.
Wasn't that the chili?
No, it was another one that was... chili was good. It wasn't as spicy, but...
One of them was real spicy.
One of them was spicy, but it was good.
Looks like a lot of wannabe vegetarians came up here to taste the food and watch Laura cook. So Shirley's in there somewhere.
Yes, thank you, Faye.
So how was it? After that, they had a boondocking seminar where they talked about boondocking and really explained what boondocking was. A lot of people think it's this or that or wall docking, and it's really out in the boonies, but they explained that to us and just went over different things about boondocking, how to do it, how to make it easier, and what not to be afraid of, and then took a lot of questions, and it went on for about an hour, hour and a half, and it was pretty good. We learned a few things and had a great time.
But this session is going to be about boondocking. I know a lot of you are full-timers. I know a lot of you, even just traveling, not as full-timers, just on your weekends, you love to boondock. So raise hands who likes to boondock or who has... Paul is very technical when it comes to boondocking. For me, it's a term that everybody uses just for dry camping. But boondocking actually is out in the woods, in the boonies, and that kind of stuff. Then you have your flat topping, that is the Walmart parking lots, the Cracker Barrels, that kind of stuff. And there is your mooch docking, that is in somebody's driveway. We have done that. And
we learned a new term, cracker docking. I think my daughter told me cracker docking. I'd never heard of Cracker Barrel. It's called that, but I thought that was kind of cool.
We love that one.
But dry camping is state parks and anywhere like this out here. That's dry camping. You remember there's a song "Down in the Boondocks." People put me down because that's kind of, yep. Boondocks are normally the opposite side of the tracks, so it's out in the middle of nowhere. That's boondocking. So yeah, I'm a little bit weird about that term. Boondocking is not staying at Walmart National Park. That's just not boondocking.
Dry camping.
That's just dry camping, and it's not even camping. It's flat topping. You're not camping. It's an overnight. There's some amazing places that you can go if you're willing to get off the grid a little bit and go out and park in the middle of nowhere. There's some absolutely stunning places. And trust me, you are a lot safer out in the middle of nowhere in those stunning places than probably we are here in this park. Like when you have access to a city and hundreds of thousands of people, that is scarier than being out in the middle of nowhere where there's no people. To me anyways.
After that was the big one we wanted to go to because they were going to talk about traveling to Alaska and Mexico. Shirley's not too interested in going to Mexico, but we are going to Alaska this summer, so we wanted to learn more about it. And even watching the Motorhome Experiments videos when they were up there helped us out, but it was nice to have questions and answers throughout everybody standing there. And they answered a lot of questions for us, and of course we're not going to go in a motorhome. I don't know how they got back with that, just destroying that motorhome. We're going in a truck camper, so it might be a little bit different. But the seminar was great. Got a lot of good information. And you want to watch? I think I'm going to have a little. Well, with this video is a few clips from that.
How many people have plans to go or want to visit Canada that have not been there?
If your hand is not up, you're wrong.
Yeah.
Canada is awesome.
It is awesome. And then Alaska is obviously still the United States, but it's a long way away. Who has plans to go to Alaska?
If your hand is not up, you're wrong. Alaska is amazing.
And probably
in the summer.
And the most polarizing probably subject that we'll have here is travel to Mexico. Who wants to travel to Mexico?
Viva Mexico!
All right. Who's afraid to travel to Mexico? Who's a little bit skittish?
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, don't be afraid. Like I should say, don't be afraid to raise your hand to let us know, because we're going to dispel a few myths and we'll discuss why we think those are myths. And
I mean, you guys have seen Lorena on the channel. They're not all like her, not mean.
Yeah,
they're actually nice people.
We're going to Banff.
Well, let's talk about Banff.
Let's talk about Banff.
The four of us. Let's talk about Banff.
The four of us?
Yeah.
Well, we heard it's a nice place.
Don't let that thwart you from taking the AKASO. We had the best camping experience ever. And that was at one of the provincial parks, and we got to pull our RVs right up to the lake and that's where we saw the auroras with the mountains in the background.
Reflecting off of the lake.
It was magical, like literally so crazy. I can't believe that we...
It looked like a rainbow because
happened.
you can see it in the sky and then you can see it in the water.
I
Yeah,
think that
it
was Canaskin.
Yeah.
So we can switch gears and talk about Mexico right now, and that's gonna be a little bit of a interesting topic.
Who would go to Mexico if they did a caravan? Holy crap! For $25,000 each. That's really interesting because here we've been having a lot of people driving us crazy saying that we should do a caravan, and that's not off the table.
Then they had
Men's yoga.
men's yoga. Paul and Kevin came out in their yoga pants, and oh god, it was a riot. It was, and they actually did do yoga, but it was more comedy routine than anything. I think it was great. It was funny.
See, I told you my pants would turn him on.
That's what the guys at the airport told us when we were going through security. So what we'll do is show you a few of the moves first, and then that way as we're describing them, you guys will know what they are. Really, really simple stuff. This is basic. Victoria, is Victoria here this morning? No. Oh, thank goodness.
I guess the biggest seminar they had was the RV power and solar power, where Kevin and Paul explained how their rigs are set up, what kind of batteries they're using and why, and how much solar each one's got. And I guess Kevin has just got enough solar to put the sun out. And Paul said he didn't mind camping next to him because if his got low, he'd just go over and plug it into Kevin's solar and go from there. So all the seminars were really a lot of fun, a lot of good information. We really enjoyed it, and we can't wait to the RV thing next year. Hopefully I think it's going to be out west someplace.
If they have it.
If they have it. And more likely they were a little tired of it by the time they left. They're going to take a break.
There's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of people there. I think they expected like about 20 or 30 rigs, and they ended up with 112 rigs and 200 and some people. So it just really blew up, and it was great. I think it's one of the best rallies we've ever gone to. I really do, if not the best. It probably might be second only to Nomad Fest, but we've gone to a lot of rallies, and a lot of them they're not worth going to. This one was well worth going to, and we just had a great time. And like Shirley said, we met a bunch of people and made some new friends, some really good friends, and we may be traveling with them down the road.
So yeah, I've gone with the AGM batteries. Kevin's a baller, and he went with the lithium batteries. So we can talk about those differences and things like that.
Who here has a car? Yeah, right. Okay, that's 12 volt power, right? You typically don't have 120 volt in there. Who has had a house before or an apartment, right? Those sockets in the wall are 120. All right, so those are the two different voltages. You can run 120 volt appliances off 12 volt, but you need a thing called an inverter. So inverter will take 12 volt and convert it into 120 volt.
So that's it, right? The two types of power. There's 12 volt and there's 120. Why use 12 volt at all, right? Like, you don't use it in your house. Well, you don't have to store any energy at your house. So that's why we use the 12 volt. And then 120, you have to have that because the large majority of the appliances are on 120, right?
Yes.
Cool. So because there's always going to be the 6 volt, 12 volt conversation, right? What should you do? And it's really going to be up to you. The lithium companies seem to be going with a lot of the 12 volt stuff. The older lead acid companies, their deep cycle 6 volts have a bigger is a cell, so they seem to be a stronger, tougher battery. I guess the lithium companies just say, our batteries are going to work good regardless, so we go 12 volt. But the old adage was 6 volt, bigger cell, stronger battery, so we can get more amp hours out of it. Throughout this thing, I want you guys to be thinking lithium. Lithium is the future, and if you can do it, go with lithium. But then again, you have all the things with making sure you have the inverter charger stuff right, your battery monitor system right, all that. But if you can, I'm going to tell you right now, go with lithium. And I don't have lithium, so we'll discuss that in a little bit. And this is what our setups look like on the roof. I know those are going to be hard to see. That's mine on the left. I've got 175 watt panels. I have 6 of them on there for a total of 1,050. 6 times what? 75, 20. 1,050. And then Kevin on the right there, he has 4 340 watt panels. Yep. So 680, 1,360 watts. Yep.
The one thing I don't have on my list is the water gun and balloon fight. We got a little bit of footage of that, and that was great. It was like being a bunch of kids again, all squirting everybody with hoses and waters and throwing water balloons, and that was just a blast. All the seminars were really a lot of fun, a lot of good information. We really enjoyed it, and we can't wait to the RV thing next year. Hopefully I think it's going to be out west someplace.
If they have it.
If they have it. And more than likely they were a little tired of it by the time they left. They're going to take a break.
There's a lot of people there.
There's a lot of people there. I think they expected like about 20 or 30 rigs, and they ended up with 112 rigs and 200 and some people. So it just really blew up, and it was great. I think it's one of the best rallies we've ever gone to. I really do. If not the best. It probably might be second only to Nomad Fest, but we've gone to a lot of rallies, and a lot of them they're not worth going to. This one was well worth going to, and we just had a great time. And like Shirley said, we met a bunch of people and made some new friends, some really good friends, and we may be traveling with them down the road. So that's going to be the video for now, guys, and hope you enjoyed the video about the seminars and about the RV thing. So we'll catch you down the road we go.
I was late, but I'm always late.
She's always late, so take care, guys. Safe travels.
See you down the road.
Okay, that's the end of that. Okay. We were going to do one other thing.